So guys, sekwenzakalani? What's happening? What's this noise that we are hearing coming from the Democratic Alliance? I mean, as South Africans, honestly, man, we are used to public factional battles from the ANC and recently the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. These are two political parties that are quite known for having public factional battles. When it comes to the DA has been good, man, over the years with keeping their things under the carpet. But right now, it looks like it is so bad that the wars are now being fought in public. I mean, yesterday, there's a very interesting video that I saw by the leader of the DA, John Steenhuisen. But before we get to that video, I want us to go through this scathing opinion piece by Mr. R.W. Johnson. It looks like the legendary R.W. Johnson is not impressed at all with Johnny Boy, the leader of the Democratic Alliance, and he believes that the party needs to appoint a new leader soon. And I think when he says that the party needs to appoint a new leader soon, he's talking about the conference of the DA that is coming. So the title of this scathing opinion piece, it says that the damage done to DA leader John Steenhuisen's credibility has plunged the party into a crisis and the party needs to appoint a new leader soon. So guys, this is quite a lengthy article and they've actually put this article behind the paywall. But then I had to work my way around it and I went to ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT to summarize it. I got the contents and I went to ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT to summarize it because it's quite lengthy, I don't want to lie. And this summary, it says that R.W. Johnson argues that John Steenhuisen's position as the leader of the DA has become untenable and now his downfall appears to be inevitable. Johnson traces this to long-standing concerns about John Steenhuisen's suitability, weak credentials, and accumulating scandals. So number one, he's talking about questionable leadership history. Johnson notes that the DA has a poor track record in selecting the leaders, citing previous missteps with Mampela Rampele and Musimaiman. Steenhuisen's own rise, he says, followed a chancer pattern. Mr. Johnson literally called John Steenhuisen a chancer man. He says that now in the DA is led by a chancer. And he says that number one, John Steenhuisen entered politics straight from school with no tertiary education or professional qualifications. Number two, his 26-year-old career has been entirely inside the DA with no other work experience. His resignation from the KwaZulu-Natal legislature in 2010 over an extramarital affair foreshadowed later personal lapses. Number two, Mr. Johnson talks about personal and professional red flags. Johnson outlines behavioral signs that John Steenhuisen was never fit to lead the Democratic Alliance. And he says that number one is because hostility towards the journalist, a misogynistic remark calling his ex-wife a roadkill. Guys, is it true? I'm serious now. Is it true that the leader of the DA, Johnny Boy, called his ex-wife roadkill? Oh my goodness, man. Appointment of Roman Kanabak, a controversial right-wing figure as a chief of staff and surrounding himself with less competent staff, suggesting insecurity rather than strong leadership. I mean, I think if this one is true, surrounding himself with less competent staff, suggesting insecurity rather than strong leadership, I think he has actually learned this one from Ramaphosa. And again, I think this is the reason why there's a faction inside the DA that wants to get rid of John Steenhuisen. I don't think they approve of the relationship that John Steenhuisen has with President Ramaphosa. I mean, to be honest, John Steenhuisen is now being seen as the, I don't want to say a lackey, but has been seen to be a lackey of Ramaphosa. And this is an image that the Democratic Alliance hates so much. They hate it so much. So Mr. Johnson here, on number three, he talks about financial mismanagement scandals. A major blow, Johnson argues, is John Steenhuisen's apparent inability to manage his own finances, including, number one, a court judgment for failing to pay $149,000 on his private credit card. Number two, alleged misuse of his party credit card after the private one was withdrawn. Number three, a cancellation of his DA credit card by the party's finance chair, Dion George. Johnson notes that John Steenhuisen allegedly has no personal assets, undermining his credibility as someone who critiques national fiscal policy or engages the donors. Number 4, he talks about the Dion George affair. The conflict escalated when John Steenhuisen tried to demote, then dismissed Dion George as the environmental minister, offered contradictory explanations, first seeking a new post for Dion George, then alleging underperformance, benefited from sudden negative media leaks attacking Dion George's character, which Dion George claims came from John Steenhuisen's camp and is suing over. You hear, guys, they are talking about John Steenhuisen's camp. Factions inside the Democratic Alliance. There's a John Steenhuisen camp, and right now it looks like there's apparently a Dion George camp. John Steenhuisen's replacement of Dion George with Willie Ocamp, who has mining and hunting ties, suggests a sharp ideological shift away from the Democratic Alliance environmental stance and towards John Steenhuisen's own interest. Number 5 over here, Mr. Johnson is talking about growing internal crisis. Johnson argues that, number 1, John Steenhuisen has lost credibility with the party members and the donors. Number 2, even if the DA's legal team clears him, a significant part of the party wants him out. So even if you are innocent, we want you out. And I think this is something that John Steenhuisen should have done a long time ago. Just print out the statement from this credit card that they say you've been using and distribute it to the members of your own political party. If you say that I have not abused this credit card that was given to me by the Democratic Alliance, why don't you just print out this statement of this credit card and you guys can all look at it? Now, Mr. Johnson says that even if the DA's legal team clears him, a significant part of the party wants him out. The DA cannot afford a wounded leader during the key upcoming electoral test. Waiting for the April 2026 leadership congress may be damaging. So, Mr. Johnson does not want John Steenhuisen to be removed at the conference. He wants the party to take a decision and remove him right now. I thought when he was talking about the party needing to appoint a new leader soon, I thought he was just trying to be light with this thing that, no, the delegates of the DA, they must vote for another leader, not John Steenhuisen. No, he actually means that John Steenhuisen should be removed as the leader of this political party. This is what he actually means. That even waiting for this conference of the DA that is going to take place in April 2026, it may be damaging to the Democratic Alliance. Number 6, Mr. Johnson talks about the possible successor. And guys, who do you think would be the leader of the DA after John Steenhuisen? Let's say John Steenhuisen is removed as the leader of this political party. Who would be suitable to get in his big shoes, big farming shoes of John Steenhuisen? The argument that Mr. Johnson makes is that the obvious successor, Johnson says, is the mayor of Cape Town, Gordon Hill-Lewis. Though Hill-Lewis has declined to run before, the crisis may force the DA to appeal to him directly. Removing Steenhuisen, however, could be messy and expensive as he may demand a large payout. John Steenhuisen may demand a large payout, man. It goes into John Steenhuisen not being able to take care of his finances. But it looks like John Steenhuisen is not going to go down without a fight. It looks like John Steenhuisen is not going to go down without a fight. And this is a video, guys, that I was speaking about when we started this clip. That there's a very interesting video that I saw by the leader of the Democratic Alliance. And John Steenhuisen says that lies have short legs. Lies have short legs, suggesting that these people that have been going to the media, leaking things about him. They are just lying about him. It's going to be messy in the DA. I know when John Steenhuisen was doing the back and forth between with Dion George, it was also reported that Helen Zille said, guys, you don't have to do this to the public. You can come and we can solve this thing internally. But it looks like it is bad inside the DA and it cannot be contained internally anymore. It is a full-out war in the Democratic Alliance. And the DA, man, just imagine, these people have decided to go into this war just before the 2026 local government elections. But then I guess this what normally happens when political parties are headed to a conference. The wars begin. The wars begin. So now, John Steenhuisen says that, no, these people are going to be exposed.
There's been a pack of lies in the media recently. Mense praat sleg oor my en ons party. Maar ek het 'n boodskap vir hulle. Lies have short legs. Baie kort bene. And I'm telling you that when the truth comes out, those same people who have been spreading these lies and misinformation are going to have a day of reckoning. Because we cannot as a party be focusing inward when the country needs us so badly. We cannot be playing games internally. There's been a pack of lies in the media recently. Mense praat sleg oor my en ons party. Maar ek het 'n boodskap vir hulle. Lies have short legs. Baie kort bene. And I'm telling you that when the truth comes out, those same people who have been spreading these lies and misinformation are going to have a day of reckoning. Because we cannot as a party be focusing inward when the country needs us so badly.
Man, I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter, man. You know, when a political party gets into these factional battles, man, like nothing stops it, man. Nothing stops it. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how the DA is going to deal with this one. Because you can see that John Steenhuisen is not impressed at all with these things that have been said about him in the media. And I think he also talks about people like Mr. R.W. Johnson that have written scathing opinion pieces about him and wanting him out as the leader of this political party. I think it's going to be messy inside the Democratic Alliance. But I think this time around, it's going to be quite difficult for the DA to deal with it because they have not been dealing with the public space. No, they have not been dealing with the public space. But what is happening right now, it's so bad that it's being fought out in the public. And it seems like nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop it. It's gonna be a full-out war. It's gonna be a full-out war. And we are going to see how it is going to unfold. What do you think, guys? What do you think about everything that is happening right now inside the Democratic Alliance? What do you think about this scathing opinion piece by Mr. R.W. Johnson that the DA needs to remove John Steenhuisen as the leader of the political party, and the DA does not have to wait for the conference in 2026. They need to remove him right now. And he says that obviously Gordon Hill Lewis is the one that should take over this political party. What do you think about that, guys? What are your thoughts? Please take the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the most important part. Subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.